Pohon durian daunnya lebat, rembulan malam terasa hangat. Wahai kalian generasi muda hebat, jawablah salam dengan penuh semangat. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan untuk kita semua. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin, wa bihi nasta'in ala asrofil anbiya'i war mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain, amma ba'du.
Dan pertama-tama marilah kita panjatkan puji dan syukur kehadirat Allah Subhanahu wa taala yang telah memberikan kita rahmat, hidayah serta nikmat sehat walafiat sehingga kita bisa berkumpul dan menyaksikan acara 14 Cup tahun 2021 yang diselenggarakan oleh OSIS SMA Negeri 14 Kota Bekasi. Dan tak lupa salawat serta salam kita curahkan kepada baginda besar Nabi Muhammad SAW yang telah membimbing kita dari zaman kegelapan ke zaman yang terang benderang seperti ini. Selamat datang dan salam sejahtera untuk kita semua.
Yang kami hormati kepada Bapak Dedi Suryadi SPDMM selaku Kepala Sekolah SMA Negeri 14 Bekasi. Yang kami hormati Bapak Utim MPD selaku Wakil Kepala Sekolah SMA Negeri 14 Bekasi. Yang kami hormati Ibu Robi Ulur Ernawati SPD selaku juri speech contest. Yang kami hormati Bapak Armen SS selaku juri speech contest. Yang kami hormati juga kepada perwakilan dari sponsor, media partner, dan community partner. Dan tak lupa kami juga yang menghormati kepada para tamu undangan lainnya.
BTW enaknya kita kenalan dulu kali ya Kak Ul ya.
Iya, lupa.
Masa teman-teman yang di rumah nonton acara sekeren ini nggak tahu sih MC-nya yang kece-kece ini kan udah pakai batik, udah kayak mau kondangan ini kita. Jadi kalau gitu langsung aja Kak Ul.
Oke, perkenalkan bersama saya MC tercantik, terkece, dan terkeren Aulia Dwi Sosiani dan rekan saya
Faris Cahya Nugraha yang akan memandu kalian dari awal hingga akhir perlombaan 14 Cup tahun 2021 pada hari ini Jumat 15 Oktober 2021 yang mengusung tema Survivor.
Rise Up and Fight for the Future.
Wah, parah semangat banget sih kayaknya Kak Aul nih, udah
dong.
jiwa-jiwa perlombaannya tuh udah menggebu-gebu banget nih kayaknya nih.
Iya dong, harus.
Iya nih, untuk teman-teman yang di rumah kita juga punya jargon nih. Kalau saya atau Kak Aul ngomong Survivor, kalian jawabnya Rise Up and Fight for the Future. Yaudah kalau gitu kita ulang aja kali ya Kak Aul ya.
Boleh.
Survivor,
Rise Up and Fight for the Future.
tepuk tangan untuk kita semua. Baik teman-teman, acara ini terlaksana dengan lancar dan juga sukses berkat adanya sponsor dan juga media partner yang the best banget nih.
Nah, untuk itu kami segenap panitia mengucapkan terima kasih kepada pihak sponsor yaitu Dojo Panda Inkai 18.
Dan tak lupa juga kami mengucapkan terima kasih kepada media partner yang famous banget nih di kalangan siswa, apalagi siswa-siswa pencari bakat ya kan. Yaitu ada Bekasi.terkini, info.lomba.beasiswa, info.lomba-event.id, ngambisgram, tumpuan.id, info lomba, sejuta cita, dan yang terakhir Kota Bekasi Keren.
Nah, dan tak lupa kami juga berterima kasih nih kepada para peserta yang sudah berpartisipasi pada perlombaan 14 Cup 2021 ini. Nah, beri semangat kepada para peserta pada hari ini.
Kayaknya tuh kalau semangat doang tuh kurang deh Kak Aul, kayaknya kita tuh harus ngedukung partisipan pada hari ini nih sama teman-teman yang di rumah. Caranya dengan ketik hashtag nama sekolah kalian nih di bawah komentar yang di bawah ini nih, ramein ya.
Dong.
Nih Kak, kita ngomongin perlombaan kan pastinya kan ada ini loh, ada tata tertib atau enggak tata tertibnya gitu loh Kak. Ada nggak nih Kak Aul nih biar kita ngerti teknisnya gitu loh?
Pastinya ada dong Kak. Kalau nggak ada perlombaannya nggak berjalan dengan suportif dan adil.
Iya, yaudah kalau kayak gitu sebutin dong Kak tata tertibnya.
Oke, langsung aja ya. Tata tertib perlombaan speech contest 14 Cup 2021 yang pertama diikuti oleh SMA MA sederajat. Yang kedua, peserta diberi 3 pilihan tema speech yaitu The Importance of Self-Confidence, Habits of Successful People, dan The Leader in Me. Yang ketiga, video berdurasi maksimal 7 menit. Yang keempat, video speech peserta harus one take shoot atau tidak boleh menyatukan video yang berbeda. Yang kelima, isi pidato tidak boleh mengandung unsur sara. Yang keenam, video bersifat orisinil dan belum pernah dipublikasikan pada media apapun serta belum diikutsertakan dalam kompetisi apapun. Yang ketujuh, dress code peserta bebas. Yang kedelapan, panitia berhak mengupload video karya milik peserta baik sebagian maupun utuh. Yang kesembilan, pemenang akan dipilih berdasarkan pertimbangan dari penilaian juri, serta keputusan juri merupakan suatu hal yang tidak dapat diganggu-gugat dan bersifat mutlak. Nah, yang terakhir, peserta yang melanggar ketentuan akan didiskualifikasi.
Serem banget ya Kak. Akhir-akhir itu langsung didiskualifikasi gitu, tegas banget gitu loh panitia tahun ini gitu loh. Kak, BTW kan tadi kita pantun udah, nyebutin tamu-tamu yang terhormat juga udah kan. Terus berterima kasih kepada sponsor dan media partner yang the best banget juga udah. Ini selanjutnya apa nih?
Pastinya ke acara inti dong Kak Reza. Masa lupa sih, teman-teman yang di rumah tuh udah pada nggak sabar nih.
Ya nggak lupa dong, masa lupa acara intinya. Yaudah kita langsung aja kali ya Kak Ulia. Dia tadi udah penasaran nih teman-teman yang di rumah. Dan nungguin kita, dia tadi ngomong bawel banget ya kan.
Bener banget.
Ya udah langsung aja nih, dari mana nih Kak ya?
Nih,
yang pertama nih
dari Pulau Seberang nih Kak.
Wah, seberang, tiba-tiba udah di seberang. Dari mana tuh seberangnya tuh?
Ini berasal dari Kalimantan Timur nih Kak, tepatnya kota Samarinda. Kira-kira Kak Reza tahu nggak nih sekolah mana tuh?
Ya kalau suruh tebak nggak tahu dong, tapi kalau suruh nyebutin mungkin searching bisa kali ya. Tapi kalau suruh nebak nggak bisa lah. Yaudah langsung aja Kak, bikin saya mikir aja.
Udah, daripada Kak Reza juga penasaran, teman-teman di rumah juga penasaran, langsung aja kita saksikan penampilan yang pertama dari Mandua Samarinda.
Jacinda Ardern of New Zealand has successfully reduced the number of COVID-19 patients. By using social media, you see, she made press conference every single day. She has been reminding her people to stay at home as an effort to save lives. The first Muslim senator from Australia, Mehran Faruqi, fought for women in her country to get their rights, such as proper salary. She believes that her people are a part of her responsibility, especially women who live alongside with unfulfilled rights. And the presidents that we all acknowledge, Engineer Sukarno, declared independence while we were still Netherlands colony. He inspired all of us, Indonesians, to fight for our liberty. Leaders, you see, ladies and gentlemen, are the people who contribute themselves for the nation or their communities. They will sacrifice themselves for the greater good. My name is Habibi Fauzan Hindirensha, and that is exactly what I'm going to discuss in today's speech. Better future leaders, better society. Now, for starters, ladies and gentlemen, talking about global issues, COVID-19 is one of them. Am I correct? Many people died due to the existence of this virus alone. But guess what? Not only people. National finance is also dying. Because of COVID-19, the termination of employment relationship around the world is increasing time by time. Furthermore, people died because there are rules that is made by the government, but sometimes we as the citizens ignore them. For instance, recently there was a marriage held at one of the venue in the city. Bunch of Karens in Indonesia, also known as emak-emak, am I correct? Most of us don't know how many people who lost their families because of this. These people are just gathering around without wearing masks. They don't follow the strict health protocols. Now, like the three leaders that I mentioned earlier in the beginning of my speech, we can learn from their spirit and tenacity to solve a lot of problems. We must learn because the fact is, we will be leaders in the future. You like it or not, it can be me, you, or anyone who watches this video and who doesn't. The older generations will be replaced by the younger, stronger, and more adaptive generations. Now, I'd like to share my point of view for future leaders. I have 2 points, what we can do to make the better world. The first, collaboration. Government and their citizens must collaborate to solve the problem. For instance, ladies and gentlemen, in our current condition, The government can give financial support for the citizens to stay at home. And we, as the citizens, must obey the government's regulations to stay at home too. That's the first one, the collaboration between the government and their citizens. Second, human resource empowerment. The leaders must be able to improve the education quality in their respective countries so that the quality of human resource will be improved and not clockwise. We can see whether it's successful or not by seeing how adaptive these people use technology. Because in the future, we will use technology. Technology will thrive. So, in the end, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to sum it up. Collaborations and human resource empowerment are two of many ways to face global issues. Just by working together and improving the human resource quality, we can solve a lot of problems. As Bill Gates ever said, as we look ahead into the next century, leaders will be those who empower others. I think that's all of my speech. Thank you very much for your attention. Stay healthy, stay safe, everyone.
Wah, 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 wah. Penampilan pertama aja udah keren banget ya Kaul ya.
Wah, iya intonasinya juga keren
Keren
parah.
banget, iya parah
Ya
sih dari
ampun.
kota Samarinda ya. Tapi selain ini juga nih nggak kalah keren nih. Ini dari nggak jauh nih dari sekolah kita nih Kaul nih. Dari tepatnya tuh di Kabupaten Bekasi. Coba
Tadi
tebak.
di kota Samarinda, sekarang udah ke Bekasi, jauh banget ya Kak
Iya
jaraknya.
dong. Soalnya kan perlombaan ini kan bisa diikuti nih dari Sabang sampai Merauke. Keren banget kan 14
Wah,
Cup pada tahun ini.
banget.
Coba tebak dari mana nih Kabupaten Bekasi? Tahu
Gimana
nggak?
ya? Babelan bukan Kak?
Iya benar banget.
Iya.
Ya udah langsung aja kita saksikan penampilan dari SMA 1 Babelan. Waktu dan layar kami persilahkan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wa bihi nasta'in ala umuri dunya waddin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'du. Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Secretary Bangestu. I'm from 1 Babylon Senior High School. Firstly, let's say thanks to our God who give us His blessing and merciful so we can stay healthy until right now. The honorable judges and beloved audiences, today I would like to deliver a short speech about the importance of having self-confidence. We all know having self-confidence is very important, especially for us as millennials. That is because having self-confidence is one of the big capital to achieve all success in life. In every human personality, self-confidence is an indicator to produce success in the activities they do. When we are more confident, we can eliminate the negative questions within us, such as, will I not be able to do it? What if it fails? Then, let's never think about those guys. The honorable judges and beloved audiences, there are some benefits of having self-confidence. First, self-confidence, being able to motivate you a lot to achieve your dreams and be successful in any area of life. You need motivation. You can find motivation in many forms, but you need to confident yourself with your self-confidence. Second, confidence helps you look back at your previous successes, no matter how small, no matter how big, and use them as fuel for the future. Absolutely, there are still many benefits of having self-confidence. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, confidence roots you in who you are. You'll be able to accept your weaknesses, knowing they don't change your self-worth. You'll be able to celebrate your strengths and use them more fully. Your actions will be in line with your principles, giving you a greater sense of purpose. You'll know who you are and what you stand for. You'll have the skills to show up, stand up, and speak up. In other words, you'll be able to let your best self shine through. Last but not least, I have a piece of lyrics that can make you more confident. From Bruno Mars, it sounds, "Cause you are amazing, just the way you are." Alright, I think that's all I can deliver in my short speech today. Remember to always believe in yourself to make your self-confidence appear and shine brightly like the sun. Thank you for your opportunity and attention. Last I say, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wih, tadi speech-nya keren banget ya kak. Kayak udah pasti menang gitu ya kak.
Iya bener banget, kita harus yakin dong, harus yakin menang gitu, harus bagus penampilan, harus kita keluarkan yang luar biasa.
Nah, next masih sama nih kak, dari SMA 1 juga, cuman daerahnya nih yang beda. Kira-kira Kak Reza bisa nebak gak nih?
Tadi kan SMA 1 Babelan nih, sekarang
Iya.
SMA 1 mana nih? SMA 1 kan banyak di daerah
Nah.
Indonesia tuh banyak.
Iya nih, SMA 1 ini tuh punya sebutan, namanya Mansasi. Kak Reza pasti udah tahu dong siapa.
Tahu dong kalau Semansasi mah. Masa siapa sih yang nggak tahu Semansasi? Ya emang langsung aja kali ya Kak Ul
Ya
ya.
udah langsung aja tanpa berlama-lama lagi, mari kita saksikan penampilan dari
SMA
Negeri 1
1 Bekasi.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The honorable judges, my fellow friends, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite all of you to close your eyes and imagine. Imagine that your life is likened to a movie where there is a story and roles that must be played by the actors. And you have been chosen to be the main character of the movie. But you are just too scared because you don't have any confidence within you, even though you've never tried it all before. And so, out of the blue, there's someone who looks very confident, walking straightly into your life and takes your role as the main character instead of you yourself. And at the end, you will only be the supporting actor in your own life movie. See, from that illustration, we can know that if we keep hearing all the negative voices inside our head and keep thinking about bad things, believe me, it will complicate everything and become regrets at the end. Because we prefer to follow the bad thoughts that tell you can be anything you want in life. But all of that will not happen if we have the courage to advance ourselves by knowing how important the self-confidence is to our life and knowing how it will make changes to our life. Greetings everyone, my name is Farah Tabina Aurolazi and I'm from One State Senior High School in Bekasi. And today, I would like to talk about how does self-confidence save our life. But unfortunately, I can speak to every each of you that watching this video right now, so let me tell you how the self-confidence saved me. So here's my story. When I was in elementary school, to be honest, I could say that I am the most famous student among the other students there. But actually, I don't have any idea why to, because all I think is I'm just an ordinary student just like the others. And I'm not the one who expert in academics or anything. But I used to often get compliments by my friends that said I am very pretty, I am very beautiful. And I even often got asked about many questions that I myself can answer too. One of them is the question that asked me about how to be like me. And it was confused me a lot because at that time I feel like I'm not really doing anything to my life as an elementary student, so I don't know what's the best answer that I supposed to give. Besides of that, I am pretty active on social media, so at the time I have a lot of followers, so I think that's one of the reasons why everyone's in my school knows me. Well, other than that, I'm nobody, I guess. I feel like I'm nothing, I guess. However, being the center of attention in my school among my friends has been got me so many friends and connection, and it was made me very happy. Yet all of that doesn't last forever until one day comes. That is the day when I first got into the junior high school, where everything seems to change like 180 degrees, just like that. There used to be a lot of people who wanted to be friends with me, and now there's no one to be friends with me. And there used to be a lot of people that praised me, I'm very pretty, I'm very beautiful, but now there's no one saying that to me anymore. Instead of I found someone prettier than me, and she already got so many friends there. So since then, I feel like I'm not as beautiful as my friends always say to me before, and I started to hating myself. I started to compare myself to other people, and that killing me inside. So until after spend day by day thinking about it, I finally realizes something. Because I took a mirror and I faced it, and I say, "What's wrong with you, buddy?" And I realizes that spends time to think about things that don't necessarily happen to me is not the right way to change everything, because all I do is nothing, right? All I do is overthinking about everything. So I choose to get back up from my slum and dealing with myself, to not listen on what other people says about me, and choose to rule my life by myself. And I also realize this one thing, that is to know that you are what you think. For example, I'm pretty in the day when I think I'm pretty. I'm ugly in the day when I think I'm ugly. It means that what you think is what makes you become. And so to accept myself who the way I am right now is the first important step to build my confidence back to me. And I also have a quote from my idol. Her name is Priyanka Chopra, if you guys know her. She always say that wherever you are, whatever you want to be in your life, the most important thing to wear is your self-confidence. And one thing that I learned for sure is that self-confidence isn't produced by sitting around and thinking to myself, I am and I can. But I need to actually be and do. So once again, I try to stand up and try to find ways to build my confidence back by joining some of the organizations in and out of my school. And now, my voices can be heard by everyone. And so what my point is, wherever you are, whatever you do, what happens to you, there is always somebody that is better than you. And stop comparing yourself to others. Because self-confidence is not about being the best person ever, being the best person in the world. But self-confidence is about being the best version of yourself. And so, I hope you enjoyed my speech. I'm so sorry, I know that I made a ton of mistakes, but then again, I'm only human. And don't forget to keep your head up, because you are the main character of your own life. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Nah, itu tadi penampilan dari SMA Negeri 1 Bekasi. Nih, mana nih pendukungnya SMA Negeri 1 Bekasi?
Mana nih pendukungnya nih? Gimana sih Kak emang cara ngedukungnya Kak? Tahu nggak Kak nih cara ngedukungnya?
Duh, gimana ya? Reza tahu nggak?
Tahu dong, cara itu gampang banget, cuman hashtag, ketik nama sekolah kalian masing-masing di kolom komentar yang bawah ini nih, saya contohin nih kayak hashtag SMA Negeri 14 Kota Bekasi. Gampang banget kan?
Wah, pastinya harus diramein dong. Ngomong-ngomong, nih pesertanya masih awal-awal nih, bagus-bagus semua ya kan. Nih pasti jurinya udah bingung banget nih yang bakal menang, padahal baru awal-awal.
Iya makanya parah ya. Jadi kalau kayak gini kan jadi penasaran, selanjutnya dari mana nih Kak Aul nih?
Selanjutnya nih dari SMA Islam nih Kak. Ini SMA Islamnya tuh udah banyak yang kenal nih kayaknya dari Al-Azhar. Nah, Kak Reza tahu nggak nih yang ikut tuh Al-Azhar mana?
Al-Azhar kan ada banyak Kak Aul, masa nanya lagi sih, saya nggak tahu dong. Ini langsung aja
Oke.
lah, bikin saya mikir mulu nih ya Kak Aul nih.
Yaudah, langsung aja kita saksikan penampilan dari SMA Islam Al-Azhar 19.
Ciracas. Waktu dan
Confidence is everything. Confidence is what makes that simple white tee and jeans look good. It was a quote said by Ciara, which illustrates the importance of self-confidence in stillness. Hello everyone, my name is Aurelia, and that is a topic that I want to share with all of you today. So, during these many circumstances of life, as a human, we should face many situations, both good or bad intentions, that can beat our self-confidence. Instead of focusing ourselves on the better person, people, the past, many experiences come and go to show actually to see ourselves. There is a whole new chapter about the importance of self-confidence. We need to choose one between hate or love that defines our personality. Allow yourself to overcome self-confidence and love it, and you decide that. Introduce yourself, rebuild mastery, and building the inner confidence. Give yourself validation that you are the leader of your own life. You can do anything you want. Work for what you wish. It makes the most powerful confidence between your mind and soul. In order of the importance of self-confidence, you must learn to put yourself first. It depends on how you decide your life with someone else. Trust the self-confidence inside you, because when we trust ourselves, we tend to be more motivated to achieve goals and have higher motivations. Before we go further, I want you to know about the definition of self-confidence. So, self-confidence is the ability to believe in yourself to accomplish a task. Self-confidence is the backbone of success. It will encourage us to do something, and by developing it, we will better prepare to face various kind of obstacles and take any opportunities. We'll feel ready for everyday challenges like tests, performances, and competitions with fearlessness and less anxiety. Isn't that sounds good? Self-confidence has a dominant role in a career success. In a career, of course, stress is needed. However, if you do not believe in yourself, then how can anyone else believe in you? In addition, self-confidence will allow us to get out of our comfort zone. That will encourage us to depend on our knowledge about what we want and seek in life. In some people, getting out of their comfort zone is a very reluctant thing to do. But getting out of their comfort zone is one way to success. When I was in elementary school, I became a victim of bullying by more than one person, either verbal or non-verbal. I let others humiliate me without any defense because many negative thoughts around me. Am I that bad? Do I not deserve to be praised and appreciated? The bully had a pretty bad effect on me, which made me feel insecure about whatever I do. And finally, I lost my confidence and preferred to remain silent. But choosing to remain silent is not the solution. Nowadays, I choose to be myself and do not care about whatever people will think about me, because I believe I do not need thousands of people to say that I'm enough. All I need is just my affirmation that I'm enough. I'm commencing myself to establish self-confidence and to take all of those negative affirmation about myself. As a result, here I am now, standing with self-confidence and believe in myself. What I do is prepare myself until I know I can do what I have to do. Experience tells you what to do, while confidence allows you to do it. When you have confidence, you can do anything. And when you can do anything, you can be anything. So it's finally time to end this page. Hopefully it will engage you to be more motivated and to be more confident. And that's all from me. Thank you very much and have a nice day.
Wah, tadi penampilannya keren banget ya Kak. Itu tuh speech terbagusnya tuh belajar dari mana sih Kak?
Ya pasti mereka belajar sendiri dong. Kak Aul juga pasti bisa kalau mau berusaha dan berdoa. Belajar sendiri dengan sungguh-sungguh tuh pasti bisa. Nggak ada yang nggak bisa di dunia ini tuh Kak Aul.
Iya sih bener banget. Tapi tuh aku iri banget Kak sama penampilan yang tadi tuh.
Iya makanya kita harus bisa semangat dong.
Ya.
Tapi habis ini nggak kalah kerennya nih sama yang SMA Islam Al Azhar 19 Ciracas yang tadi. Ini tuh sama-sama Islam juga. Coba dari mana?
Nggak tahu deh Kak. Soalnya ini yang ikut tuh banyak banget Kak.
Iya
Aku tuh
bener
bingung.
banget. Ini tuh dari di Jawa Tengah, tepatnya tuh daerah Kudus. Yaudah langsung aja kali ya kita saksikan ya. Jadi langsung aja kita saksikan penampilan dari Madrasah Swasta Tahfiz Yanbu'ul Quran Kudus. Beri tepuk tangannya yang meriah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable judges, and happy audience. My name, of course, is Baker Bilal Ibn Naim from Tahfiz Yanbu'ul Quran Kudus Senior High School. And standing here today in front of you all, I would like to give a speech under the title, How Far Do You Believe in Yourself? Now let's get started. The state of not feeling safe. It's a problem that we all, of course, been through. We choose what we wear or don't wear based on what we think other people will think about us. We choose how we talk or don't talk based on what we think other people will later say about us. It affects me, and of course, it affects all of us. How many times, ladies and gentlemen, how many times have we felt like doing something that we once thought was an ordinary way to do things? Usual. But then we fail to even begin. Why? Because someone walked up to us and they said, man, I have to tell you, that shirt just ain't you. Or, you look stupid wearing that. It shatters our mind. And then we have to rethink about what we want to do in our daily life. And then we panic and then give up. We've had to change our way of living based on other people's opinions. It kills us little by little inside until we start forgetting who we are. Ladies and gentlemen, what we need is self-confidence. But that's easier said than done. Number one, do we even know what self-confidence is? Do we know why we need self-confidence? And how do we actually even become someone who is self-confident? Now, those are three questions that I can't really answer. So, I went up to my friend and I was like, Belle, why is self-confidence? Why is self-confidence? What is self-confidence? He said to me, in my way of seeing things, self-confidence is just a matter of how far you believe in yourself. See, everybody has dreams, a purpose, if you will. And the only thing that's blocking us from achieving these dreams and this purpose is our own sense, our own state of mental worry. Now, see, and the only thing that can save us from this is self-confidence. It's the feeling of being safe, the feeling of feeling safe with the things that you do, say, and wear. See, now I can understand that, but why do we need to be self-confident? Like, what's the point? And see, that's where my teacher was. I was like, sir, why do we need to believe in ourselves? He said, if you can believe in yourself, it'll make life so much easier for you. It'll make your purpose in life clear. You see, 8 out of 10 people in life regret their life choices because they didn't have a purpose. Don't be like those people. Also, if you can believe in yourself, it'll make it so much easier for other people to believe in you. That actually kind of makes sense. Now that you think twice about it. But how can we actually become self-confident? I say that's the question. And that is when I asked Google. See, on mindtools.com, which I think is a pretty reliable source of information, it says that body language plays an important role in being self-confident. Now, how? See, when we feel anxious, stressed, in meetings, for example, we tend to get scared. We tend to slouch and hunk our shoulders and bow our head. Simply by sitting up straight, can we feel less stressed and more assertive. Building good habits also can help your self-confidence. You see, regular exercise and healthy diet has shown to improve optimism, has shown to improve your mental and physical health. And something about optimism and self-esteem, getting a good night's sleep could also be part of that. Okay, that's good. Why don't we take our favorite movies? Let me take two. Number one, The Greatest Showman. The freaks of The Greatest Showman. A band of people who were shunned by society just because of their appearances. And although through all the hardships that they've been through, they still managed to achieve greatness and beat the odds. How about Cars, Lightning McQueen? Every time he was going to a race, he always affirmed to himself, speed. I am speed. That was him reassuring to himself that he would win, and he does. Ladies and gentlemen, if cartoon characters can do it, if Muhammad Ali, who always said to himself, I'm the strongest, if J.K. Rowling, a person who was laughed at by 12 editors, if they can become successful because they believe in themselves, why can't we? Why are we always letting other people make us doubt ourselves? You see, here's what we need to do, ladies and gentlemen. We need to take a stand. We need to be brave and say that I can do it. That's all there is to it. But it all boils down to one question. How far do you believe in yourself? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Baker Bilal Ibn Naim from Tahfidh Jama'ul Quran Kudus Senior High School, and that is my speech. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace.
Wah, penyaingnya tadi bagus banget ya.
Iya,
Nggak
benar
keren,
banget.
menghayati banget ya, Kak.
Iya.
Wah, coba teman-teman di rumah coba pada komen nih. Sampai sini tuh kira-kira siapa nih yang menang? Coba komen
Iya.
di bawah.
Iya, benar banget nih. Saya ingetin lagi nih untuk teman-teman yang di rumah tetap mendukung sekolahnya masing-masing dengan cara ketik hashtag nama sekolahnya. Contohnya kayak hashtag SMA Negeri 14 Kota Bekasi.
Nah, tadi tuh kita udah dari Jawa Tengah ya, Kak, dari Kudus. Nah, ini tuh kita masih di Jawa Tengah apa udah pindah lagi nih, Kak?
Ini pindah lagi dong. Ini tuh
Wah.
daerahnya terkenal dengan makanan khasnya nih, empek-empek. Tahu nggak? Kalau nggak tahu kebangetan banget deh Kak Aul.
Ya, masa nggak tahu sih, Kak. Itu tuh salah satu makanan favorit saya. Ini pasti kota Palembang kan?
Iya, bener banget.
Nah.
Dengan empek-empek khasnya kan enak banget
Iya,
kan, apalagi yang kapal selam tuh.
Iya, ih, suka banget aku
Iya,
tuh.
parah banget. Udah daripada kita ngebayangin kan pempek kayak gimana jadi lapar siang-siang kayak begini kan.
Iya.
Langsung aja kita saksikan penampilan dari RSI Indonesia School. Waktu dan layarnya kami persilahkan.
Hello, honorable judges, respected audience. My name is Kalisha Hazira from Rising Star Indonesian School, Palembang. And today, I would like to tell you a true story of mine. Throughout my elementary to junior high school period, I had a huge crush on a boy. Let's call him Connor. Connor was a typical, popular, intelligent, tall and pretty boy at school. Everyone seems to always enjoy his presence, but he still managed to ace his school grades. He was a member of both the school futsal and basketball teams. Meanwhile, I was the fangirl, the one who always looked up to him and admired his success. What? How could I not? He won my heart and even made it last for years. And you may wonder why am I telling you about my love story. Well, hear me out. This long-term puppy love for him didn't bring me down. Instead, it made me push myself forward. How, you may ask? I never made school my first priority before I had a crush on him. I had average scores, maybe even failed in some lessons I dislike. I never really gave much effort in homeworks or projects. All I cared about was playtime. But not until my heart turned to Connor. Ew, that sounded so gross. But honestly, it's not a lie. He was intelligent, he has much confidence, and he's so fun to be around with. Sometimes, looking up to him felt tiring. He's so much further above me. Well, I didn't make any effort to improve myself. And that made myself insecure. Insecure enough to make my mindset clicked. I turned to my steering wheel without any hesitation. I needed to be better. What will I be if I continuously being dull and inactive? Besides, if I improved, at least I wouldn't have to look up so high above for Connor. The first few weeks, I hadn't improved much. Homework still felt so heavy to start with, working on, and I still couldn't care less about lessons. But not giving up yet, I started searching for what was missing. What do I need? And that is motivation. What is motivation? Motivation is the internal needs, desires, or wants that drives us to behave in a particular way. Motivation is why you're still sitting on that table working on schoolwork. Motivation is what has been supporting you from the bottom to the top. Motivation is what has been pushing you throughout your hardship. Motivation is your why. So what exactly is motivation? Motivation is a key to success. Nothing will make you start working on yourself to be successful unless it's motivation. So what did I do? I decided that Connor would be my motivation. Again, let me remind you that was me in my elementary school. It was embarrassing, I know. Anyways, I wanted to be at least the same level as Connor. Even better if I get higher. I woke up feeling less empty and instead passionate. It's like I was jumping up, trying to reach something too high for me to reach. But deep inside, I know I can reach it. With the motivation being my supporter, I went through the thick and thin without giving up. I tried harder on homeworks, paid attention during lessons, and avoided minus points. I studied myself to improve my self-knowledge. At the same time, trying my best to not overwork myself and also spend time with my family. These habits started to change myself. Surprisingly, I fell in love with the idea of being a top student. My motivation also eventually changed, from chasing Connor to chasing my dream of college abroad. So, what does that tell me? It showed me that in order to be successful, you have to search for what you love. Even though I am still a high schooler, I'm still young, and have so much more journey to face. I'm in fact not as successful yet. But let's take Jack Ma as an example. He had no one and barely enough money when he started his business in the United States. But he motivated himself. He believed in himself, and that turned him into a billionaire. Anything can be a motivation, even something foolish, like my elementary love story.
Aduh. Ini bagus banget tadi Kak penampilannya. Ya ampun, aku sampai gak bisa berkata-kata lagi.
Iya bagus banget ya, apalagi tadi tuh cantik banget tuh Kak Aul, gila sih, parah.
Aku tuh jadi insecure Kak, ya ampun. Udah saya mau pulang aja nih.
Ya jangan insecure dong, rubah insecure jadi bersyukur Kak Aul. Ini next aja nih, dari mana nih abis ini nih?
Ya udah, next ini sekolahnya disebut Semancil nih Kak.
Tadi Semansasi, sekarang Semancil, berarti Seman 1 juga pasti ya?
Iya bener banget. Nah ini tuh berasal dari kota Bajal ya, kota Cilegon. Nah langsung saja kita saksikan penampilan dari SMA Negeri 1 Cilegon.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. I hope you're all safe and doing well. My name is Aurora Luna Ariana from SMAN 1 Cilegon, and I'm here to present my speech on self-confidence. The moment you doubt whether you can fly, you forever cease to be able to do it. J.M. Barrie, Peter Pan. Many people say that self-confidence is the key, or at least the first step to success, and they'd be right. Imagine this. You're walking into an interview, and they unexpectedly ask you to display your skills. Without that self-confidence, you wouldn't be able to showcase them properly or effectively. You might be nervous or anxious, consequently negatively impacting your performance. However, if you you believe in yourself, if you believe in your skills, you would be calm throughout the whole interview process because you know that you are qualified for the job, that you have the necessary skills to be able to overcome any obstacles that will arise. If you pay close attention to the people around you, you might notice that the self-confident ones are usually more successful in every aspect of their lives. Now, why is that? Is it because they're rich? Is it because they're more intelligent than you? Or is it just sheer pure dumb luck? It's neither of those things. The truth is, these self-confident people understand the impact of self-belief and self-reliance. When you're confident in your abilities, you're more comfortable in yourself. You seek for new opportunities, and when you overcome an obstacle, another confident block is put in its place, which further enhances your self-confidence and self-esteem. This is how perception can create reality. Your current state of mind highly influences how you react. According to an article published by Psychology Today, our thoughts influence our bodies directly because the body interprets the messages coming from the brain to prepare us for whatever is expected. Ultimately, the way our bodies respond to certain situations is wholly dependent on our thoughts, feelings, and mental mindset at that time, which is why it is paramount for us to practice self-confidence, as it will lead to a better emotional well-being. Self-confidence is vital in everyday life. It brings about new opportunities, new experiences, helps with your interpersonal relationships, makes you a better communicator, and so much more. Your presence introduces you to the room before you even speak. So how do you convey and exude a confident aura? 1. Presentation matters. They say to dress for the job you want. You need to present yourself in a way that makes you feel confident and comfortable. Wear clean, well-fitted clothes, and when you look and feel good, the rest will be sure to follow. Number 2, stand up straight and look ahead. A study by Harvard University found that sitting up straight improves certain symptoms of anxiety, stress, and depression. Number 3, positive thinking. Recognize your strengths and build upon your weaknesses. Don't be too critical of yourselves. And remember to give yourself a pat in the back for all of the things that you have achieved. Number 4, breathe. Sometimes you just need to remove yourself from a stressful situation to regroup and gather your thoughts. You'll perform better when you're confident, so don't be afraid to take a breather and take all the time you need. And number 5, fake it till you make it. Put yourself in the mindset of a confident person. Reaffirm your values and give yourself a pep talk. And before long, you'll notice that you are that confident person. Remember, building confidence is a skill, and just like any other skills, it takes time to nourish and solidify. It will take time for you to master. So don't feel discouraged by minor setbacks. Keep going and you'll notice a significant difference. It is especially hard to be confident in this new era of technology and social media, where we often fall into the abyss of comparing ourselves to other people. It's so damaging to our mental health, self-esteem, and confidence. We're so scared of being scrutinized that we fail to even try anything in the first place. So it's important that we remember, no matter how perfect we could be, there will always be someone out there to find fault within it. You can be the juiciest peach, and there will be someone out there who hates peaches. And once you've properly absorbed that, once you've taken that in, then you'll realize there is really no point in being insecure or hiding yourself at all. So go out there and live your best life. Thank you for listening, and a big thank you to all the event organizers and everyone behind the screens who made this happen.
Wah, kayaknya nih SMA Negeri 1 Cilegon gak mau kalah nih sama SMA Negeri 1 Bekasi. Sesuai dengan nama istilah daerahnya, daerah baja kan, Cilegon. Keren banget tuh yang barusan tadi. Ya bener banget gak Kak?
Iya pastinya dong.
Yaudah, next nih dari mana nih Kak Aul nih?
Tadi kan ada SMA Islam Al-Azhar nih Kak, Al-Azhar 19. Nah ini ada SMA Islam Al-Azhar yang lainnya nih Kak.
SMA Al-Azhar lagi?
Iya.
Wah, keren banget nih SMA Al-Azhar ya.
Ya, nah ini Kak Reza bisa nebak gak nih?
Aduh, tadi Kak Aul suruh nebak saya mulu ya, nggak bisa lah.
Ya kira-kira aja coba.
Ya gak tahu
Teman-teman
SMA.
juga bisa nebak gak nih?
SMA Al-Azhar tuh banyak kali. Nanti salah ngomong saya.
Oh iya.
Jadi langsung aja lah Kak Aul, bikin saya mikir mulu nih dari tadi.
Oke, daripada penasaran lagi nih ya. Terus juga teman-teman kayak udah nggak pada gak sabar nih, ini Al-Azhar mana sih?
Pastinya dong.
Nah ini langsung saja kita saksikan penampilan dari SMA Islam Al-Azhar 22 Cikarang.
Waktu dan layarnya kami persilahkan.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Hugo Sami Rahman from the Islamic Senior High School of Al-Azhar 22, and I'm going to deliver you my speech on the importance of self-confidence. Now, it is very common for people to have negative thoughts about themselves, whether it's about their physical appearances, their personalities, or their choices, or practically anything they do. Now, this is most likely due to being overly criticized or hated in our society. This almost feels like a norm in social media. But it really shouldn't be this way. We shouldn't be allowed to degrade ourselves. One thing that everyone must consider is that we are all different people. We have different abilities, we have different appearances, and we have different opportunities. One should not live revolving on the social norm, especially regarding beauty. Because look, beauty is an aesthetical value. Aesthetical values are very subjective, and they are something that are always open to interpretation. Therefore, people should admire themselves more instead. People should be proud and put themselves on a pedestal of value and honor. People should have self-confidence. Now, what is self-confidence? Self-confidence is an attitude about your skills and abilities, meaning it is how you treat, express, and deliver your capabilities. People may misinterpret it as arrogance, which is not true. Because arrogance is a mindset where you think you're better than everybody else absolutely, and it is a foolish pride. Think of self-confidence like the garment you wear. It is the first thing everybody see and understand. Therefore, you wouldn't want it to be inappropriate. You need to make yourself as presentable as possible so that you can obtain the peak of quality in your expertise. Self-confidence is the key in overcoming anxiety and increasing self-esteem. This is a very important practice for happiness, personality, and life in general. Research made by the National Academies of Sciences, Medicine, and Engineering found that several people, professionals if you may, like Bandura, Erickson, Harter, Kuh, and more, suggest that self-confidence is the central mediating construct of achievement strivings. So really, how do we do that? How do we achieve self-confidence? We can achieve self-confidence through self-regulation, where we monitor and evaluate our current performances in order to improve, in the purpose of improving it. But really, the first thing that you should do, the initial act, is to accept yourself. Because other people's acceptance of you does not matter if you don't accept yourself in the first place. Try to understand that this is your own life. It is something you're in charge of. Do not ever live revolving on someone's judgments or expectations, because they have no significance in your life you're venturing. Absolutely no significance. Yeah? No significance. No matter how many good deeds you do, your bad deeds are more appealing to them anyways. You will never be perfect, because nobody is. You will never be perfect in their eyes. You will never be perfect anyway. And that is okay. That is fine. That is alright. You do not have to think about that, because nobody is. Once you have done this, everything will be easy. Having self-confidence will be a major help in life. Not only will it calm you down in high-risk scenarios, but it also enhance your performance. In result, people will trust you, listen to you, and generally like you even more. Being arrogant, as I said before, you should not mistake foolish pride with self-confidence, because being arrogant will not help you in any way. It will only set more troubles on your way. That is all the time that I have. May peace be upon you all.
Wah, tadi penampilannya keren banget ya Kak. Ini tuh nggak mau kalah sama SMA Islam Al Azhar Ciracas nih.
Bener
Kak.
banget. Persaingan antar Al-Azhar sengit banget ya.
Iya, bener
Gak mau
banget.
kalah gitu satu sama lain. Nih nextnya bisa tebak gak, gantian sekarang aku yang nebak kakak nih. Dari tadi kakak mulai nebak saya. Tebak gak bisa kan?
Nggak bisa.
Ini tuh kota ini tuh nggak jauh dari sekolah kita juga tahu. Ini juga Bekasi juga nih.
Wah.
Yaudah langsung aja kali ya kita saksikan penampilan dari SMA Negeri 4 Bekasi. Waktu dan layar kami persilahkan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Your Honorable to all of the judges, Your Excellency to all of the listeners. Good morning, hello everyone. My name is Shiva Kaleputri Artari. I'm a 10th grader of 4 Senior High School, Bekasi. First of all, let's praise our Almighty God. Due to His blessings, we can gather here on 14 Cup Speech Contest 2021. Second of all, I'd like to thank you to all and judges for the change in order that I can stand here to deliver my speech about highly effective habits of successful people in this very pleasant moment. I'm truly honored for being part of 14 Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, in the latest generation, Kylie Jenner is one among the general public figures idolized by Gen Z, a billionaire at a young age who is successful within the entertainment world and features a lot of business she goes through, making Kylie Jenner quote life goals, which makes anyone jealous of her. Another example is J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter, who is so well known throughout the world. Mark Zuckerberg, the founding father of Facebook, who has entered the ranks of the 10 richest people within the world. Also Cristiano Ronaldo, a professional football player from Portugal. They are all successful people in their own way. Success isn't always about money, fame, and a numerous house. Success means various things for various people. For students, success could be passed and obtain satisfactory grades. For some, success could be financial achievement, becoming a millionaire. For sportsmen, it's going to mean trophies, championships, or medals. For some, being successful might simply mean achieving a state of wellness, health, or happiness. Whatever success means to you, success must be realized with good habits. They set goals. By setting goals, we tend to stay going and should specialize in achieving what we tend to aim for. If you don't apparent wherever you are going, you will find yourself somewhere you didn't plan to be. Setting goals is the strongest reason for us to stay afloat from any distraction. Write down your goals and give some thought to your goals once you are driving through the day. Successful people give some thought to their goals most of the time. And you are doing become what you think about most of the time. Another habit of successful people is to own good time management. Time may be a very valuable thing which may not bought and paid back. Therefore, successful people use their time also as possible. They create every moment counts and that they don't accept distraction or interruptions. But what's more important, don't procrastinate. Successful people don't spend their time simply watching videos on YouTube or participating in social media. However, they keep thinking how their time is wasted and should end up wanting and learn new things. Instead of wasting some time on meaningless things, use it to find out new things. We must use our time to try and do things we enjoy or use it to line up our life. Use sometimes wisely. Read books, study hard and learn as much as you can. Most people renounce their dreams because it gets too hard. For instance, a lot of students stop chasing their dream due to one failed test. If you got a dream, you want to do everything to form it into reality. It doesn't matter how many times you fail a test. Life itself may be a test. Sometimes you'll fail, but the only one you will be a failure is that if you stop trying. So, ladies and gentlemen, whatever dream you've got, use all of your energy to form it into reality. Push yourself to become the person you're destined to become. Remember, success isn't about money, fame, or the big house. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. As Jim Rohn said, successful people do what unsuccessful people aren't willing to do. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Success isn't a final. Failure isn't a fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all my speech. I hope my brief speech about habits of successful people is going to be useful for us. Sort of a successful one that learns from mistakes. I'm here to apologize if I made mistakes. Many thanks considerably for your attention. That's all from me. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wah, bagus banget ya Kak. Tadi penampilannya, ya ampun.
Bener banget tuh.
Kayak peserta-peserta ini tuh nggak mau kalah saing sesuai sama tema kita Survivor.
Raise up and fight for the future.
Kak Reza yang ngagetin aja nih.
Kau lupa nih jargon kita.
Iya.
Untuk teman-teman di rumah juga gitu ya. Kalau saya atau Kak Aul ngomong Survivor, jawabnya raise up and fight for the future. Ulang aja kali ya.
Boleh.
Survivor.
Rise up and fight for the future.
Yaudah next aja kali ya. Udah pada penasaran juga nih selanjutnya nih.
Iya.
Dari nungguin kan sekolahnya kok nggak tayang-tayang gitu. Ya langsung aja nih. Abis ini dari mana nih Kak Aul?
Nih abis ini tuh dari MAN juga nih.
Tadi kan MAN swasta.
Iya.
Madrasah alias swasta. Sekarang madrasah alias swasta lagi kah?
Enggak dong, ini negeri. Nah ini tuh gak jauh dari kita juga nih.
Oh tahu dong kalau nggak jauh. Pasti MAN 1 Bekasi kan?
Ya udah, daripada penasaran penampilannya kayak gimana, langsung aja kita look it. Penampilan dari MAN 1 Bekasi.
Waktu dan layarnya kami persilahkan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let us praise and thank the presence of Allah Almighty for the abundance of grace and the joy of all. So, we can still gather in this place without any barriers and in good health. Also, thank you to the honorable judges for giving me this opportunity. Has anyone ever heard about insecurity? As many people talk about it, what exactly insecure it is? And how does it affect our self-confidence? Before I continue this, let me introduce myself. My name is Amanda Nabila Syafitri from MAN 1 Kota Bekasi. In this opportunity, I would like to talk about insecurity and its impact on our self-confidence. Recently, insecurity has become a topic discussed by many people. Sometimes, many of us think, oh no, I feel so insecure when I'm around her because she is too perfect. Or sometimes, you must ring like, oh, I wish I were her. It can be in terms of physical, academic, wealth, and much more. Actually, what insecure it is? According to www.allodoctor.com, insecure is feelings of anxious, feeling unable to do something, and a lack of self-confidence, which can cause the person
to be jealous of others. Even though it is from small things, insecure can go bigger and bigger to undermine our self-confidence. As the saying goes, little by little, then become a hill. They can lead us to anxiety disorders, overthinking, make us more passive person, or anything worse than that if it exists continuously. Then, how to deal with it when it comes? Either it comes slowly or suddenly. First, we have to stop blaming ourselves. Everyone ever made mistakes, so don't blame ourselves too much. Second, we can do something we like. By doing that, maybe we can recharge our positive energy. The last one is to realize how vulnerable we are. Also realize that everyone has their strengths and weakness. Nobody is perfect on this earth. In addition to the steps above, self-confidence also plays a big role in preventing insecurity. Because one of the causes of insecurity is a lack of self-confidence. Now, let's talk about the benefits of self-confidence. Do you know, self-confidence has many benefits. It can make us easier to socialize, help neutralize negative thoughts, and give us many positive energy. Imagine how many good things we can do with that positive energy. Our lives can be better, we can move with more confidence, or we can even spread kindness to others. I want to tell you a story about a motivator who has physical deficiency due to a rare disorder called tetraamelia syndrome. His name is Nick Fuyehik. Because of that rare disorder, he doesn't have normal legs and arms like all of us. But at 21 years old, he got 2 bachelor's degrees. With his hard work and self-confidence, he can become the person he is today. Now, he is a motivator who has visited 44 countries to deliver motivational messages. So, let's instill self-confidence in ourselves because it's not only useful for us now, but also for our next life. Thank you for your kind attention and the occasion for me. I am sorry for any word or attitude unpleasing your heart. And to God, I beg forgiveness. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wah, penampilan gak kalah kerennya nih dari madrasah alias swasta kan, Kak?
Iya dong, pastinya. Nggak mau kalah lah yang negeri juga.
Iya, mana
Bagus
nih
banget kan?
pendukungnya Man Satu Kota Bekasi? Coba komen di bawah nih.
Iya nih, ramein nih. Gimana tuh Kak caranya ngedukungnya?
Caranya dengan hashtag nama sekolah, Kak.
Contohnya gimana tuh Kak?
Contohnya hashtag SMA Negeri 14 Bekasi. Tuh jangan sampai lupa. Ayo
Iya
ramein
tuh, ramein
dong.
ya. Yaudah nih, next aja nih. Selanjutnya nih. Ini selanjutnya tuh dikenal dengan sebutan etnis nih Kak Aul nih, tahu nggak?
Wah, pastinya tahu dong. Tadi kan SMAN itu kan buat SMA 1 nih.
Iya.
Nah, ini SMA 2 kayaknya kan. Gak
Iya.
mau kalah nih, ada sebutannya juga.
Famous banget nih sekolah yang satu ini nih. Yaudah
Iya.
langsung aja kali ya, penasaran nih pendukungnya banyak nih kayaknya nih.
Pastinya dong.
Yaudah kita saksikan penampilan dari SMAN 2 Bekasi. Waktu dan layarnya kami persilahkan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable judges and committees that have given me the chance to speak on this very occasion and dear audiences. First of all, let us thank the presence of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala because thanks to His blessings, we can all attend this special event in a good condition. Secondly, may salawat and salam always be upon our Lord Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that has guided us from the darkness to the brightness of days. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Gonia Khairin Nazrumuna. I'm from Negeri 2 Bekasi High School and I'm standing here to deliver my speech under the title The Fundamentals to Reach Success. Imagine if we could reach our position of success that we have always dreamed of only if we know what to improve in our daily life habits. As we all know, success is everyone's purpose in life. Children are sent to school by their parents, adults are looking for the best internships and applying for the jobs they want. What for? Of course, to achieve their own value of success. Now, what does success even mean? According to Brian Tracy, success is the desire to live life the way you want, doing what you want to enjoy, surrounded by family, friends, and the people you respect. Meanwhile, according to Winston Churchill, success is failure after failure without losing enthusiasm. I personally define it as finally achieving a planned goal and being satisfied with it. With that, we can conclude that success is the status of having and achieve an aim or objectives that also makes us happy, regardless of all the challenges that came through with it. Dear audiences, success is not something that come easily. Hardships and struggles are certain things if we want to achieve success, and it is very normal for everyone to experience it in their life. Hardships are difficult enough, especially if there is something in our daily life habit or activity that unconsciously hinders our way to success. Therefore, in this special occasion, I will tell you a little bit about the habits that can pave our way to be successful. Number 1 is patience and remain focused. I think the most important thing in this journey is to keep our eyes on the ball. We have to get back on our feet each time we fail and remember what it is that we are aiming for. And because of that, we have to get a friendly reminder that Thomas Alva Edison, because of his great patience, after his 1,000 unsuccessful attempts, he can finally succeed in inventing light bulbs. And that is because his ability to remain focused and of course his great patience. Number 2 is don't be afraid to take risk. In our life, we have to start consider risk as an opportunity and look at it with resources as well as different point of views. In taking risks, we have to take a calculating risk by these differences. Therefore, we can know whether it's beneficial or not for our life goals. Because if we never try, then we never know. Number 3 is start reading. Books are the windows of life. And if we read books, we can get a lot of general benefits, such as getting a good positive self-image, and then build perspective, increasing our imagination, as well as broaden our knowledge. And every successful person in this world has a habit to read. Number 4 is exercise and stay in a good shape. Now, some of you may be wondering, what does this have to do with me being successful? Of course, it has to do something. Because achieving our success and exercising both are involving our own bodies. And we have to exercise and maintain good health so that we can get a strong body as well as a strong mind to gain our productivity and also improve our self-confidence. The last one I'm going to tell you is get enough sleep. Sleep plays a major role on this journey also. People may work harder when they avoid sleep and stay up all night, but they do not work as well as the ones that get themselves a good night's sleep. Why? Because sleep increases our cognition and memory, recharges our mental and physical energy, and just generally helps our day to be more and more even better and productive. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the habits that I believe will pave our way to be successful. And besides that, of course, there are many more good habits that can help us to be a successful person, such as surrounding ourselves with positivity, and then journaling, and doing meditation daily, and many more. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of my speech. Let me summarize by saying that we have the power over what we do and the positive changes we take, in this case, to achieve success. So let's develop ourselves to be a better version of ourselves and work harder to achieve our life goals without giving up. And finally, let me finish my speech with a motivational quote from Mahatma Gandhi, which is, live life as if you were die tomorrow and learn as if you were to live forever. Thank you. I hope my speech can bring us a little bit more knowledge and value to our life. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Udah.
Keren banget ya Kak, ya ampun. Ini BTW udah penampilan terakhir ya?
Enggak dong, masih ada lagi, masih banyak dong Kak Aul, nggak terakhir, tenang aja.
Masih ada lagi?
Iya masih ada lagi, tadi kan udah dari madrasah aliyah swasta, ini madrasah aliyah negeri. Sekarang tebak coba dari mana?
SMA negeri.
Enggak dong, ini tuh yang satu ini tuh dari SMK. SMK juga nggak mau nunjukin bakatnya yang terpendam dong, nggak kalah dia sama yang SMA yang lainnya. Jadi kalau gitu langsung aja kali ya.
Ya udah, aku juga pada penasaran banget nih. Ini kayak gimana nih bakatnya anak SMK tuh sebagus apa sih?
Ya udah daripada penasaran langsung aja kali ya kita lihat penampilan dari SMK Negeri 10. Beri tepuk tangannya yang meriah.
Before I start to give speech, let me introduce myself. Hello guys, good morning. I'm Nur Laila from Vocational 10 High School. On this happy occasion, I want to deliver a speech about habits of successful people. My fellow participants or audience, what do you want to be? Do you want to be a doctor? Do you want to be an artist? Or even a writer? Everybody has a dream. I believe that all of us have something that we want to achieve in life. In the next 5 or 10 years, some of us may achieve our dream and some others might not achieve it. Why? What is the problem? Are some of us really destined to fail? This is interesting. There is saying that from thoughts will be born actions, and from actions will be born habits. Habits that you do every day can determine whether you are a successful person or not. Success is not like turning the palm of the hand. In order for a person to be successful, they must go through various challenges and no process there are not short. No success can be achieved easily. Discipline and habits have an important role in determining one's success. Well, what are some of the habits of successful people? The first habit is desire to always learn. Learning here is not the form of schools, but the learning process can be done anytime, anywhere, and from anyone. New things are always available everywhere. That's what drives successful people to keep learning. The more you study, the smarter you will be, and the wider your horizon will be. By having broad insight, you can communicate and do many things. So when the opportunity comes, you can grab it right away because you have insight into it. The second habit is to make friends. By adding a network of friends, the greater the chance for success. Most people tend to do business with trusted people. By building good relationship with other people, the level of people's trust in you will be higher. So your chance of success are greater. This is only part of it, and there are many more ways so that we'll become successful people by applying positive things. Success comes for you. After you apply the 2 habits that I mentioned, it does not guarantee that you will definitely be successful. But by implementing them, your chance of becoming successful are even greater. Your success or failure is not determined by what other people do or the circumstance around you, but all that is determined by yourself. If you are ready to do your best and always focus on your goals, success awaits you. Thank you.
Penampilan dari SMK tadi ya Kak, ya ampun itu Bagus banget ya, nggak mau kalah sama SMA negeri, SMA swasta, SMA Islam, madrasah aliyah negeri sama madrasah aliyah swasta.
Iya, tadi kan udah saya bilang, si Kaul ngeraguin sih. Ini juga kan pasti
Aduh.
kan ada bakat-bakat terpendam lah,
Nggak
mereka juga
lagi
pasti
deh, nggak lagi
keren-keren
aku
banget
raguin
lah.
lagi deh, nggak lagi.
Nggak
Ini
boleh.
bagus-bagus semua nih.
Iya pastinya. Ini yang terakhir nih ada dari nih apa daerah deket kampung saya nih Kaul nih. Tebak tahu nggak?
Nggak tahu.
Ini kita kembali ke Jawa Tengah lagi nih. Ini dari Pekalongan. Daripada penasaran langsung aja kali ya.
Boleh, langsung aja.
Yaudah langsung aja kita saksikan penampilan dari Man Insan Cendikia Pekalongan. Beri tepuk tangannya yang meriah.
Confidence isn't walking into a room with your nose in the air and thinking you are better than everyone else. It's walking into a room and not having to compare yourself to anyone else in the first place. Honorable judges, respected audience, hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rifki Irwandi from Man Insan Cendikia Pekalongan. Thank you very much for allowing me to stand here voicing my short speech. And on the occasion of my speech this time, I want to talk about the importance of all of us who have high self-confidence. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt unable to deal with it? Maybe a new environment, a new friendship, or perhaps a new problem. Something that you think is difficult, something that is impossible, something that you believe only certain people can have and deal with. Even worse, you look down on yourself even though you have never faced these situations. I have had problems with my self-confidence. I used to feel inferior to how strange it was that I already had a mustache in the first grade of elementary school at a very young age. And the problem with my mustache still lingers to this day. Well, this incident was just one of the many problems that I experienced in the past from self-confidence, which was the root of the problem. Nervous about speaking in public, afraid to greet new acquaintances, nervous around a crowd of students, and much more. I realized that the problem of self-confidence is not only experienced by me, but the issue of self-confidence is also shared by many residents of our country. There are several signs that someone's self-confidence is low. First, they like to compare themselves negatively to more successful people. Second, they always feel they have no talent and can't see the positive side of themselves. Third, they always think too much about the mistakes they have done. And fourth, they continually pursue the word perfect and feel valuable only if there is praise from others. When we talk about why a person's self-confidence can be so low, it can be based on several reasons. Maybe because of improper family upbringing, because the impact of parents' actions on children can affect the development of the child's character. One of them is the child's confidence. Then, there is the trauma of the past. Many ridicules from people around, less than brilliant achievements, and past failures can be the root of this problem. So, when you ask me, what is the solution to this self-confidence issue? Well, the most powerful way to increase self-confidence is to act like a confident person. Fake it till you make it. I can give more powerful tips because this is the only best way for us to practice. Some of the characteristics of someone who believes in themselves are that they keep their posture upright, look into the other person's eyes, chin up, speak clearly and logically, and are a person who likes to smile. When we have high self-confidence, it helps us realize that no matter what happens in life, we will still be okay. In addition, people who believe in their abilities tend to get more opportunities and things they want. Why? Because they believe good things will always come to them, even though it may be in the form of a disaster or misfortune. But they always look for the good in every tragedy. Previously, I had said that one of the signs of those who are not confident is constantly chasing the word perfect. Yes, they are people who tend to be afraid of failure and perfectionists. Now, I want to tell a short story about the importance of constantly being confident, daring to try, and not always fixating on perfect things. On the first day of college, a professor at the University of Florida, Jerry Osman, divided his students majoring in photography into two groups. Those on the left of the lecture hall will be in the quantity group. They are judged solely on the number of works they produce. And on the last day of class, Jerry would count the number of photos his students had submitted. 100 photos get A, 90 photos get B, and 80 photos get C. Meanwhile, those on the right side of the lecture hall will be in the quality group. They are judged only based on the prowess of one of their works. But to get A, the photo has to be close to perfect. At the end of the semester, unexpectedly, the quantity group produced all the best photos. Whoa, how did it happen? Well, because during that semester, the group students were busy taking pictures, experimenting with composition and lighting, testing different methods in different rooms, and learning from their mistakes. While the quality group only daydreams about perfection, and in the end, they show little to prove their efforts. They don't dig the theory being taught and produce ordinary photos. We can see from this short story that successful people will always learn from their mistakes. Sometimes we want to achieve many things, dreams, achievements, but all of that does not happen just because we are afraid of failure and afraid of other people's judgments of us. This thinking keeps us in place and as a result does not develop and produces nothing. Therefore, audience, high self-confidence and accompanied by action is the answer to this problem. And now that I'm at the end of my speech, I would like to give you a short quote from Peter T. McIntyre before I close this speech. Confidence comes not from always being right, but from not fearing to be wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all from my speech. I hope you all can learn many lessons from this. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Mana nih suaranya dari Pekalongan? Keren banget kan?
Keren dong Kak, tapi tadi tuh penampilan terakhir ya Kak?
Iya nih,
Ya,
udah gak kerasa banget ya, tiba-tiba udah di akhir aja ya.
Berarti kita harus
Sedih
pamit
banget.
dong.
Iya, tapi jangan lupa deh, besok bakal ketemu kita lagi loh di pertandingan
Oh
Ratu Jaro.
iya.
Baik Bapak Ibu tamu undangan yang kami hormati dan teman-teman semua yang saya banggakan, sampailah saya di akhir acara. Saya Fare Cahya Nugraha dan rekan saya yang katanya kece,
Aulia Dwi Sulistiani, kami mengucapkan terima kasih kembali kepada para peserta yang telah berpartisipasi di perlombaan 14 Cup 2021 dan kepada teman-teman yang di rumah sudah menonton dari awal acara hingga akhir acara pada hari ini.
dan terima kasih kepada sponsor Dojo Panda Inkai 18
Dan media partner yaitu Bekasi.terkini, info.lomba.beasiswa, infolombaevent.id, ngambisgram, tumpuan.id, info lomba, sejuta cita, dan kota Bekasi keren. Karena adanya mereka, acara ini bisa sukses dan lancar.
Nih teman-teman di rumah jangan lupa juga nih, besok ada pertandingan Ratu Jaro, Sabtu 16 Oktober 2021. Bakal ketemu kita lagi ya Kak Aul ya pastinya ya.
Nah, baik teman-teman, demikian acara 14 Cup 2021 yang diselenggarakan oleh OSIS SMA Negeri 14 Bekasi. Dan sebelum kita pamit, aku ada pantun nih Kak.
Apa tuh?
Dengerin ya, bila ada jarum yang patah, jangan disimpan dalam peti.
Cakep.
Jika ada kata-kata kami yang salah, jangan disimpan dalam hati.
Wah, sabi. Saya juga ada nih pastinya pantun.
Coba, aku mau dengar.
Jika ada sumur di ladang, bolehkah saya menumpang mandi?
Cakep.
Jika ada umur panjang, bolehkah kita berjumpa lagi? Kami selaku MC pamit undur diri. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.